Well, guys, the cat's out the bag, and the truth has been revealed about the Los Angeles Lakers' intentions to fix the big man position as they go out and they get Alex Len. But what is the real reason why they chose Alex Len out of all the other options? We're going to break that down today here on Lakers Digest. Many of you guys watching this channel are new. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support that we've been getting really over the last handful of weeks, but those who've also been there day one, we appreciate you guys as well. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. I am one of the co-hosts on here. One thing I do ask, though, is that if you've been keeping up with our content, watching all our videos, all I ask for you to do is stop what you're doing right now and just hit that subscribe button. By the time you're watching this, we might actually be at 14,000 subscribers. We're right on the cusp, right before I click that record button here on my little old computer here. So that would obviously be awesome. Let's get to 15K, though. Let's keep raising the bar. And the reason why we keep raising the bar is because of you guys and the support that fuels us to keep putting out the best content possible surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, guys. But I don't want to keep you waiting too much longer on this video because, look, the wait is over. Not the wait in terms of me getting to the points I want to talk about, but the wait is over for getting that big man that the Los Angeles Lakers have been targeting since they traded Anthony Davis away. As Shams Charania reporting on Tuesday night that free agent 7-footer Alex Len will sign with the Los Angeles Lakers agent Mike Lechinsky. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. Tells ESPN Len intended to sign with the Pacers but has decided to land in LA after the Lakers rescinded the Mark Williams trade and created a new opportunity. So, yes, that is obviously the main reason why the Lakers went out and got a big man. They might have done this anyway, but the main reason why is because the Mark Williams trade fell through. They were going to send Dalton, Knecht, being the Lakers, Cam Reddish, a 2030 pick swap, and a 2031 unprotected first-rounder to the Charlotte Hornets. But after the Lakers medical staff found some clear red flags regarding Mark Williams' health, they rescinded the trade. That's currently under review right now. But if the Lakers are this aggressive and they already got their big man, that probably indicates that they are pretty confident that this trade is not going to get reversed or anything like that, because this is, of course, kind of historic things we're seeing right now with this rescinded trade. This very rarely ever happens in the NBA. But Shams Charania also providing some context here as well regarding the Los Angeles Lakers, because if you're going to pick somebody up, that does mean someone has to get cut. So after agreeing to a deal with Alex Len, again, we talked about he wanted to go to the Pacers because he was traded in the deal for Marcus Smart. So him and Marcus Smart on two different teams. Len was at the Kings. Both got traded to the Wizards. The Wizards cut Alex Len, and so instead of going to the Pacers, he decides to go to the Lakers instead. And the Lakers waived Christian Wood to open up the roster spot. And, of course, Wood has not played in a game this season. He's still rehabbing from an off-season knee injury. And, guys, who even knows if he would have been back for that, because he missed a ton of time last season as well. So the Christian Wood experiment, ultimately a big for the Los Angeles Lakers, mainly for his health. But even when he played, outside of the one game where he put the clamps on Kevin Durant, there really hasn't been a whole lot special for Christian Wood. But it would have been interesting, a former teammate of Luka Doncic, in the event he could have somehow came back. But the Lakers needed an immediate answer at the center position, and they figured that Alex Len was going to be that guy. So let's bring it to this next point, guys. The market was dry. That is the real reason why the Lakers ultimately landed on a guy like Alex Len. We highlighted so many different options, from guys overseas to guys in the G League to players that were cut, players that weren't necessarily cut but could be cut and be on the buyout market. But Alex Len was someone who was readily available that the Los Angeles Lakers could get. Someone like Dwight Howard, I know a lot of people have asked about him. Those videos always do very well. You know, Dwight Howard's a little bit older. He's not the same guy that won the championship with the Lakers back in 2020. He might even be 40 years old at this point. If not, he's almost 40 years old. JaVale McGee, not the same player either. I know he's got the experience with Luka Doncic, but these guys, it's not 2020 anymore. They're not those same type of players. For the nostalgic reasons, I understand why you'd want them back, but they're not those type of guys anymore. So I think Laker fans would be a little bit disappointed to see a guy like Dwight Howard and a guy like JaVale McGee. Hell, we even saw them last season try to get Tristan Thompson, and that didn't work. So, you know, these older big men is not really what makes sense for the Lakers anymore, because they're not what they used to be. They're a shell of themselves. So, that's why you can't go after guys like that. A lot of these younger guys, like a Moses Brown, for example, Mo Bamba's available. We didn't make a video on him. We didn't get a chance to because the Lakers ended up actually signing a guy pretty quickly after the deadline, Alex Len. That could have been an option as well, but look, he wasn't pretty good the first time he was in LA. So they ultimately land on a guy in Alex Len, who's 31 years old, has been in the league for 10-plus seasons, has played with a lot of different teams, and perhaps hasn't played with a team that can contend like this, like the Los Angeles Lakers have before. So that is definitely going to be a big change of scenery for him. But this was a highly coveted spot for any center on the market. The Lakers could have probably choose whoever they wanted. It wasn't going to be a great option. They're not going to sign a starting center most likely on the market. Someone who I would have loved to have seen is Larry Nance Jr. in the event he got cut by the Hawks. But the Atlanta Hawks are rooting against the Lakers more than anybody else in the NBA right now because they own the Lakers' first-round pick this year because that was traded to the Pelicans, and that pick was gotten from the Pelicans, of course, from the Anthony Davis trade. So since the Atlanta Hawks had the Lakers' first-round pick, well, they're not going to do him a favor and cut Larry Nance Jr. just so he can help the Lakers and be that player for them. So I think he would have been a phenomenal fit in the event he did get cut. But Quinn Snyder, the head coach, is a big fan of Larry Nance Jr., and while he is an unrestricted free agent coming up, perhaps they have some prospects to sign him. I don't really know. But let's talk about the final point here, guys, and what you've maybe been waiting for. Lending a helping hand because, I love me a pun or two every once in a while. So what does Alex Len bring to the table for the Los Angeles Lakers? So he's a legit 7 feet tall, and he's 250 pounds. So unlike Jackson Hayes, he is a physical big man inside. Jackson Hayes is more agile, athletic. That's not Alex Len. Alex Len is going to camp out in the paint, and that's where he's going to, butter his bread, if you will. So he was a fifth pick, I believe, in the 2013 NBA draft. Never really panned out in Phoenix. Had some solid seasons with the Atlanta Hawks, which is probably where he was at his best, but really has kind of been a journeyman all throughout his career, stopping in Toronto, Washington, Sacramento the last 4 years. Obviously, they were a big fan of his and kept him around. Actually played some pretty solid minutes early on with the Kings, but ultimately these last 3 seasons a little bit tough as they landed Domantas Sabonis. They also went and they got Trey Lyles as well. So that big man position, for Alex Len was kind of left in the dust. And also the way the Kings kind of play. Someone like Alex Len just really wouldn't make sense in the scheme and how they want to use their big men a lot more on the perimeter because Alex Len doesn't really have that kind of game. So the numbers, guys, are not very impressive for Len. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not really sure how much an impact he's going to have. But talking about the pros, he's big. He's known as a semi-decent rim protector. That was his reputation coming into the NBA from the University of Maryland. He is Ukrainian, but did play ball in the U.S. for the Terps there. Big reason why he was the 5th pick in the draft. I could be mistaken. He might have been Defensive Player of the Year, National Defensive Player of the Year. If he wasn't, he was very close to being and definitely was in the running. So definitely, I should fact check that, guys. But again, that also was a really long time ago. That was back in 2012, 2013. It's 2025 now. So that definitely doesn't really matter at this point. But looking again at Alex Len, the numbers aren't great. Shoots 51% from the field. That's a good number to have. Surprisingly, shoots 32% from 3, which I was a little bit shocked. And now it's not great from the distance, at least when he was with the Kings. But, not too bad. Not necessarily too bad for a boy, Alex Len here. A 68% free throw shooter, not a great number. And then the block percentages here, about 1 block per game. But again, he only averages, if I can find the minutes for you guys, about 17 minutes a game. And I doubt he's going to play 17 minutes a game for the Los Angeles Lakers here. I actually think it's better if the Lakers play small. It's good to have an option behind Jackson Hayes, just because they quite literally don't have an option. Trey Jemison and Christian Coloco, the only way they'll be available for the playoffs is if they get converted to full-time contracts, which I'm not sure is necessarily going to happen because Jordan Goodwin's playing really well. If they're going to convert anybody, it's going to be him. So, and the Lakers can only cut so many more players. They just cut Christian Wood, but they find their answer at the big man spot. I know it's not the guy that we probably all wanted, that the high-key talented guy, but look, the Los Angeles Lakers will have a lot more flexibility in cap space this offseason to go get a guy for Luka Doncic, and getting a short-term solution in Alex Len, especially after the Mark Williams trade fell through, is the real reason why the Los Angeles Lakers signed Alex Len for the rest of the season. But let me know down below, guys, what kind of impact do you think Alex Len can make on the Lakers this season, if really at all? And on top of that, guys, like I said, by the time you're watching this, we might have reached 14,000 subscribers. I hope so. If not, you could be the 14,000th because we're just a couple away. But 90% of you guys watching our content are not tapped in and subscribed. I'm sure maybe we show up on your recommended. Maybe you heard from a friend. I got no idea. But just subscribe. If you watch all the way through and you're a fan, or you hate the content, just want to keep up with it, I encourage you not to do that. But I guess you could. Stop what you're doing. Just click the subscribe button. It means a lot to us. It don't cost us a dime. Keep up with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers as we head into the All-Star break here on Lakers Digest.